Welcome to Firewalls.com's video series on SonicWall Gen 7, the basics. I'm Nate McKnight with Pro Services. In this video, I'm going to show you how to set up administration. So let's get started by going to Device on the top panel and choosing Administration on the left panel. On the Firewall Administrator tab, we have the option to change the firewall name. And this is useful if you have multiple firewalls across different locations. You could change this name to say location 1. And when you apply that and refresh the page, it should show up here in the top left corner. And this is how you can ensure you are managing the correct firewall. You can also put in the firewall's domain name and then enforce something called HTTP host header check, which does provide protection against host header injections. Moving on, we can change the username of the default admin account and the password. And you don't have to make this super complex, but you do want to make it something unique. And then before we change the password, I want to bring to attention that on the login multiple administrators page, we have the option to adjust password constraints. We can enable password complexity here. We also have the option to apply these constraints to certain users. So we can apply it to the admin, other admins, and all other users. Now we should apply complexity settings in order to prevent brute force attacks on the internal or external network. We can also lock down management IPs on the WAN and the LAN. Another thing to note is the failed login attempts settings. We can adjust this here and give it a time and how many attempts are allowed. On the audit tab, we can and should enable enhanced audit logging. This does provide more specificity to your audit logs to see what changes and who made them. On the management tab, we can say what port we want to reach the firewall admin page at. We can also choose the certificate if you have one signed by a trusted certificate authority. And we can also input the common name of the firewall. At the bottom of this page, we can change the secure shell management port to something custom. And lastly, on the certificate check tab, we can enable client certificate checks if you want to authenticate the admin or other users via client certificate. And this takes managing a public key infrastructure on your network. So you have to have a certificate authority, then import the certificate authority into the firewall certificate database. So there you have it. Remember to lock down those management IPs, change the default admin username and password, also adjust password complexity settings, and you should be administrating your firewall securely. Remember to check out Firewalls.com and like and subscribe.